We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time where the passport show. What is up, brothers? What is up? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. Hope you're doing well worldwide. Okay. First and foremost, how's my audio? Press one in the live stream chat. Can you brothers hear me loud and clear? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How is my audio? Please press a 1 in the live stream chat if my audio is good. Mayday, mayday. Check 1 2. Shout out to Jane for confirming. Give me a couple more ones in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. London 158. Awesome. Lando. Awesome. So, brothers, welcome to another classic live stream. First and foremost, please hit the like button. Likes extremely important. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, hit the PayPal. Please hit the super chats tonight. Support me, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm out here traveling for you, brothers. And don't worry, more intel in Germany is coming your way. But let me tell you, woman in Munich, Germany, oh my days. But wait for it. I'm getting some more content for you, brothers. In regards to Germany, I'll be dropping very soon. As you know, I'm also on Twitch and Kick, and the Germany live streams and the Spain live streams will be exclusive only on Twitch. Okay, so please go and follow me on Twitch, create accounts. It'll only be on Twitch and on Kick. Okay, so only on Twitch and Kick is where I'll be streaming Munich and Germany streams. So if you're not on those platforms, get on those platforms, okay? That's where I'll be streaming a lot of the Germany and Spain content. Is coming very soon. So if you're not on those platforms, set up a Twitch account, set up a Kick account, because it'll only be exclusively on Kick and Twitch, okay? And here's a link to my Kick. I'll post in the chat. You can see, hold on, I'll put it right now. So Kick and Twitch will only be the Germany and Spain live streams. Okay, there you go. So only on Twitch and Kick. Aside from that, join the Patreon for support. That'd be greatly appreciated. Intel on foreign women is on the Patreon. How freaky they are, in particularly German chicks. That's all on the Patreon. Aside from that, book your IT consultations with me. And as you know, I'll be taking in new Python students very, very soon. So make sure you look out for that while I teach you Python. Python is the reason why, and IT as well, is the reason why I'm out here abroad, traveling for you brothers. So, and there's a lot of intel coming your way in regards to Germany and Spain, okay? So, cop the merch too as well. Cop a t-shirt, cop a hoodie. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're interested in IT guidance, IT support, IT help, book your IT consultation with me, or check out any services on the Calendly link in the description box below and comment section, okay? So let's get straight into it, okay? No Theo today. Theo is busy, but shout out to Theo. That's a legend right there, okay? So the title of this stream is Gen Abandoning the Black Church, Black Culture Shocked, Passport Bros Investigate, okay? So I'm going to share an article, right? We're going to go through and we're going to read through it. But I came across it last week and it was a very interesting article, okay? A lot of Black Gen Z men and women, but we are a male channel, so a lot of Black Gen Z men are not going to the Black church, okay? And I'll be honest with you, right? The Black church has been a part of my life and probably been a part of your life. And if it's been a part of your life, press a 2 in the live stream chat, okay? Press a 2, okay? So many of us have grown up in the Black church, in our childhood, adulthood, teenagerhood, etc., etc. But Gen Z, they are a whole entire generation, okay? And it appears that a lot of them are fed up of the black church, okay? So let's investigate that. So we're going to break down why it's happening. We're going to react to some clips and articles from this week, and maybe all have a great week ahead, okay? Get your passport too so you can see how amazing Munich, Germany is. I'm having a great time so far, and I want you brothers to experience it as well, okay? If you're going to Germany anytime soon, reach out to me. I'll give you some intel in regards to Germany. Just book an IT consultation or book a travel consultation with me, okay? So let me share my screen over here. Present IP, share screen, and let's share screen to an article by the New York Times, okay? Here we go, okay? And it says here, the black church has a Gen Z issue. They don't come in the building anymore, okay? Very powerful title by the New York Times. It says here, these congregations are struggling to attract younger members. That has consequences for social cohesion and black political power writ large. Interesting comment there. We know the black church is definitely plays a huge part in black politics, black identity, and the black American experience, okay? And also the black English experience too, okay? But younger black people are walking away from the church. Why is that? We're going to break it down in this stream, okay? So it says here, right, okay? On a Sunday morning, about 100 worshippers gathered for services at Mother Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Philadelphia. Okay, and it says here, the choir filled the room with verses from "Pass Me Out, O Gentle Savior." The kick drum thumped, the hi-hat kicked, and the audience punctuated the hymn with the syncopated double clapping often heard in black churches. Some of the congregants sang with masks over their faces, but as the crowd nodded along to the testimony and sermon that day, the church is facing a challenge. Okay, key point here: the church, aka the black church, is facing a challenge. The congregation is getting older with fewer young people in the pews. Interesting, okay? Damn. Whoa. It says here, right? Now, let me go down to over here, all right? There's some context here. Its pews were once peaked or packed during the Great Migration in the 1920s. Mother Bethel's membership peaked at about 4,000, according to Reverend Mark Taylor, 58, who has led the church for the last 16 years. The decline has been slow but devastating. Today, it has about 700 members with about 300 regular in-person churchgoers. Now, it says here, right, black churches across the country are struggling to get younger congregants through their door. Interesting. Why is that? We of course, will break it down in this stream. Church membership, okay, has plunged amongst black adults by almost 20%, 20 percentage points in the last 2 decades. That's quite a lot. Whoa. So it says here, so church membership, right, has dropped by 20% in the last 2 decades. That's a quite a substantial amount. And among the black millennials and members of Gen Z who attend religious services, about half do so at majority black churches, compared with 2/3 of baby boomers and members of the silent generation. Okay? Whoa. So it says here, though many houses of worship across America are struggling with falling membership, the singular standing of the black church means that its declining numbers have far-reaching consequences for social cohesion and black political power writ large. So this is a very key point here, social cohesion, okay? So what does that mean? So I'm going to throw out a point here that the powers that be, the liberals, Democrats, have always been able to control black people by the black church. So what does that mean? So it comes from the top, right? if they want to push out a certain agenda where they really want Black people to vote for particular candidates in the US election, or Black people to think a certain way or do certain things, they pass down those messages to the Black church. Okay. And I have seen it myself personally in the UK. Okay. Where the pastor is speaking conservative one day and then speaking liberal one day. And I'm thinking, liberal teaching isn't in the Bible, right? It's more with, it aligns more with what's happening in the liberal West. Okay. So when they say social cohesion, think of it as social control, right? As more young Black men are leaving the church, they can't control and poison the minds, right, of young Black people by the Democrats who push out their agenda to their pastors. Press a 2 in the chat if you agree here. Because over the past couple of years, the Black churches did a complete 180, right? Complete 180. It's now accepting a lot of generosity from what I see with their messages and the videos and how women are dressed in the church nowadays. And we're going to break it down in the stream, okay? So it says here, Black political power writ large. So the Black church and politics are very, very well aligned. We know that for a fact, okay? And we're going to break it down later on. For centuries, the Black church has not only been the spiritual and social center of Black life, but also a political force. The church is where the civil rights movement incubated. Pastors have launched political careers, and its modern day members have mobilized in support of political candidates. This cohesion has helped Black people gain political influence. Okay. And it says here, even Black conservatives with strong ties to Black institutions tend to vote for Democrats. See, I told you, bruv. Okay. The powers that be are worried, right, that because a lot of young Black people are leaving the Black church, they can't push out certain messages and agenda to those young Black people. And one of those messages is to push out the thinking that because you're Black, you're going to vote for Democrats and liberals. Okay. But to me, right, it's a lot more bigger than that. And it says even here, right, the dwindling membership of the church could play a factor in why some younger Black voters seem more disconnected from the Democratic Party. Again, it proves my point. People are worried that if more young Black people are in the Black church, right, that means that they lose the control of these young Black people, and that means less Democratic votes. We have an election coming up in America 1 month away, right? So the powers that be, they're scrambling. Whoa, oh wow, Gen Z Black people leaving church. We need their votes. We can't control them via the Black church. Peep game here, brothers. Peep game. Peep game. Okay. Peep game. It's not about, a spiritual thing, or, it's not about, spiritual, right? In general, it's about something a lot more bigger than this. So why are young Black men leaving the church? Let's break it down, bruv. Okay, let's break it down. Number one, okay, right? Young Black men are tired of being lied to, right? What does that mean? Now, we have been going to church every week for many years now, and somehow we are still at the bottom, right? So we're out here praising the Lord, right, in the congregation, in church, and that's great, right? But overall, as a community, we're at the bottom. So what is going on? These young Black men are saying that I'm not seeing a lot of white people in church. I'm not seeing a lot of Asian people in church, but they're doing so well in America and around the world. Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real. So when black men see that, they're thinking, are my prayers being answered as a black man? What's going on here? Am I being lied to in church? Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe in the Most High. I do believe in the Most High. Okay. But maybe these young black men, right, are taking themselves out of church to take a more spiritual journey. So there's a line by Jay-Z on the song called is it what's that song called? Oh, I can't remember, but it's on the Black album, right? And he says here, you ain't gotta go to church to get to know your God, right? So what does that mean? Church is not needed to believe in God and have a personal connection with God. And many young black men are noticing that. Because guess what, right? Waking up early, right? Going to church, eating food, socializing, that takes a lot of time. And that time can be used to build yourself up and build something, build a business, build a product, build anything. There ain't a lot of white people in church, bro. Keeping it real. There ain't a lot of Asian people in church, right? The Japanese, the Koreans, the Chinese, they don't believe in God. Particularly the Chinese and Japanese, they don't believe in the Most High. Koreans do to some extent. And look how well they're doing in America. I guarantee you, they spend their Sundays working on their business, working on greater things. And black men are seeing that, bro. Time at this point in time, right, in 2024 is very important. Look how time is flying, bro. We are already in October. How many of y'all have achieved your goals? How many of y'all have achieved your goals? Keep it real with me. How many of y'all have achieved your goals, right, in 2024, in October right now? How many? Press a one in the chat if you've achieved, right, your New Year's resolutions. There you go. Right? You're thinking, yo, it's already October. So a lot of black people are saying that, bro, like, I'm in church every week and my prayers being answered. Why am I still at the bottom of society? Why am I seeing black people get shot every week? Why am I seeing Africa, be at the bottom? What's going on here? So that's the first point here that a lot of black people who I speak to in the UK are saying. But guess what? These black men still believe in God, but they're figuring out that, listen, my Sunday can be spent building something, a business. And I'm not saying that every black man who goes to church and watches my channel should stop going to church. No, I'm saying it's a personal choice. Go if you want to, go if you don't want to. Don't feel guilty for not going to church. If you have a personal connection with God, if you believe God is in your life, then that's enough. Okay. Point number 2, all right? The church isn't helping black men participate in capitalism. So what does that mean? Okay. When was the last time your church taught you about stocks, index funds, ETFs, helped you out with a job application, helped you out with, how to improve your finances, right? How, as to, what's the best job industry to go into? Keep it real with you. I'm keeping it real. When was the last time your church did that? Because guess what? We live in a capitalistic society, bro. Not socialism, not a perfect world. We live in a very scary, ruthless world. Is the church helping black men to achieve and prosper in capitalism? To keep it real with you, no. No way. And that's why you see black men at the bottom right now in 2024. Does your church have services where it's dropping game for you brothers in terms of crypto, stocks, business, etc., etc.? No. You just go there, you sing your praises, you read the Bible, and that's it. So you're spending what, 6, 5, 7 hours on your Sunday every week doing that. The church must be doing more, particularly in a world where black people are further falling behind in this game of life. What does that mean? There's going to be what a was it 20 trillion, right, wealth transfer in the next decade, and hardly black men will get nothing. Hardly black men will get nothing. Hardly. Hardly black men will get nothing. Church speaking on that, because it's so wonderful, right? Going to church, praising God, etc., etc. But we also have to live in reality here, and the reality is that a lot of black men are doing pretty poorly in America. The reality is that a lot of black men are doing poorly and terrible in America, in the UK, etc., etc. Right? And black men are waking up to seeing the reality of the situation. Can the church can the church can the church help me, right, compete in capitalism? Hell no. Right? And that's the problem with how the black community operates. There's too much distractions here, and black men are noticing that. Now, I'm not saying the church is a distraction here, but it does take time. It does take time. A typical Sunday, you wake up at, let's say, 9 a.m. You take bus or train there. That's 1 hour. You're in the congregation. That's 2 or 3 hours. Socialize after. That's a good 6 hours of your day gone by. Knowing that every day your life is getting worse. Every day your white friends get richer. Every day your Asian friends get richer, and they're not in church. How many Asian people do you see in church? Let's keep it real. How many Chinese people do you see in church? Hardly any. And look at them, they're prospering, driving Lamborghinis, driving Ferraris, living in big houses, flexing. Come to the UK, you're going to see Chinese people flexing 24/7, bro. Holding Selfridges bags, holding Louis Vuitton bags. And black people, right? Literally, there's a huge homeless population of black people in the UK, bro. And I guarantee you, they were once in church, those black people. These conversations need to be had, bro. The church isn't preparing black men to compete in the game of capitalism. They're not. And black men are realizing that time is very important. Time is something that you can't get back. So they're thinking, right, I can be at home, spend 1 hour praying to God, reading the Bible, and that should be enough. Why am I spending hours in church when every day my life gets better? My life gets worse. Think about it, bro. Think about it. Look at the stats. Black people do the worst in all the stats. And we've been in the church. We've been praising the Lord. What is changing? What services are there in the black church that can help black men compete in the game of capitalism? To get us cash, get us wealth, get us power? Hell no. So you see in the article, right, where they mention, right, in regards to, um, you know, uh, when black people leave the church, it means that they're becoming more disconnected from the Democratic Party. At this point in time, right, the Black church is an arm of the Democratic Party. It's how the Democratic Party controls Black people to get their votes. But guess what? What have they done for us, for you, Black American men, in the during Biden and Harris's administration? Hardly anything. But they're out here throwing checks to people that have come in America illegally. They're out there giving checks to people that are not even American, that are not American citizens. And you were born in America. You pay your taxes in America. This is why they're so scared that young Black people are leaving the church. The church in this point in time is to control Black people and get their votes. It's not a house where you can get closer to God, right? You can get closer to God spiritually, etc., etc. It is an institution of the liberal Democratic Party, right, to control, right, Black people. And Black men are realizing that. They're waking up, bro. Waking up. They're waking up. Some of y'all got a peep game here. That's why they have the audacity to make an article like this. They're scared. They're running scared, bro. I know how the world runs. A lot of people on top, listen, brothers, I spoke to powerful people, right? I've been around them in the UK. A lot of people on top, they don't believe in God. I believe in God, but they don't. But they know that churches, religious institutions are a good way to control people. So even though you have godless liberals running societies, etc., etc., they love the church. They love the church because the church controls Black people and gets their votes. Most Black people who are in church in 2024 think liberally. They lean liberally. They're more than likely going to vote for Democratic Party, even though Democratic Party values and values go against the Bible, which is very conservative. But the powers that be know how important the Black church is when it comes to getting easy votes for Black people. So that's point 2 there. Let's talk about point 3. Okay, point 3. So point 3, okay, which I have here, is that the church is filled with 304s and low value women. Can we talk about that for a minute, please? And let's keep it real, right? Throughout history, right, if a Black man, an educated Black man, was looking for a Black woman to marry, the first thing he would think about is go to the Black church. And there was a point in time where the Black church had an abundance of wifey women, virgin women, no 304s, nice looking women who wear long skirts and dress conservatively. The Black church nowadays, oh my days. I went to church the other day, right? A couple months ago. And I kid you not, I saw an Asian chick, right? Wearing a mini skirt in church. A mini skirt. Back in the day, that was nothing. That was you wouldn't even think about that happening. But nowadays, you see what women wear in church, you're thinking it's a done deal, bro. That ain't wifey. You can't find a wife anymore in the Black church. So Black men are seeing that the Black church has a lot of women who are 304s, reformed 304s, ran through women who are old, women who were ran through in their 20s, now they're in their 30s looking for a man to marry. And Black men are thinking, hell no. I can't be around low value women like this. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100% real. Back in the day, you could, in the 80s, 70s, wear a suit one Sunday, go to church, find a good black woman. 8 months later, you're married. That easy. Nowadays, you don't even know if the woman in front of you is a reformed 3 or 4. And there's a lot of reformed 3 or 4s in the black church. Bro, I've been in the black church, bro. And you speak to these women, you know a frip, oh man, she's a reformed 3 or 4. Or she was passing the night before. I remember right one day, okay, I went church on a Sunday, right? And then the following week, right, on a Friday, I saw a chick going to a party. I was on the bus. I look outside. I'm like, oh, she was in church the last week. Guess what she was wearing, bro? Mini skirt. Her chest was all out, caked up makeup, and she was going to the club. I'm assuming that's what black men got to deal with in 2024. Why haven't pastors? Why haven't church seniors dealt with that? Why haven't they addressed that? They ain't gonna do nothing, bro. They're too scared to talk to these young women. They're too scared to tell these young women, humble yourself in the Lord's eyes. Stop sleeping around. Stop being 3 or 4s. Respect men. Respect men. When was the last time your church told you to respect men? I remember back in the day, right? Many, many years ago, right? Pastors always told women, respect your man, respect your husband. He is the head of the household. Nowadays, you won't even hear a pastor say a man is the head of the household in church. Press a 1 in the chat if you agree. When was the last time you heard a pastor tell the congregation that women, wives, girlfriends, listen to your husband, listen to your man. He is the head of the house. I have not heard that in the past, 5 years, 10 years? Let's keep it real. But many, many years ago, that was a norm. That was a norm, bro. But imagine a pastor saying that in 2024. He would go viral on all social media platforms. He would be called a misogynist, right? He would the woman wouldn't donate to the church anymore, etc., etc. Let's keep it real. The black church fell off, bro, and black men are seeing that. Gen Z black men who are becoming more aware, more RP'd, right, are seeing that the black church been a scam, bro. Now, I'm not saying that all churches are bad, right? But there are some churches that are bad. And they won't address the BS, bro. They won't address that a lot of women in church are not wifey. So guess what? Black men can't find a wife in church. And a lot of black men who are established, who pass the IT certs, who pass my Python course, who are clean cut brothers, who are successful, back in the day, they will go to the black church and find a wife. Nowadays, they have no options. And a lot of black men go to church to find a wife. If they can't find a wife, what's the point in going to church? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. No smart thinking black man wants to marry a 3 or 4 or reformed 3 or 4 in the black church. Hell no. Hell no. You must be out your flipping mind, bro. You must be out your flipping mind. BWs are not loyal to black men anymore. Social media got them gassed up. Instagram got them gassed up. The Democratic Party got them gassed up. Cardi B got them gassed up. Let's keep it real. A lot of these women in church, right, are out here listening to Cardi B, that Megan rapper, Doja Cat, all these garbage female rappers that push out nonsense. These women really worship those chicks. And they come church with that mentality. They come church with that mentality. And brothers see that mentality, they run away. A lot. Listen, I guarantee you, right? The guys who are running away from the black church are black men. Black women still been in the church. Black women love the black church. Black women love the black church. Let's keep it real. They do. But guess what, right? The men are leaving the church. And that's a good thing. Because the church in 2024 has fell off. Now, I'm not saying, right, stop going to church. That's your personal decision. But don't feel bad from walking away from the church. As long as you still believe in God and have a personal relationship with God and you pray every day or when you can, you read your Bible, you're a good person. That's all you need, bro. And guess what? The woman that you really want in your life, God will send her to you, bro. You know when she's the one. But it's unfortunate in 2024 that we can't find our black queen in church. We can't find our black queen Keisha in church, unfortunately. It's a shame. But that is the reality of the situation in 2024. That's life. That's life, bro. And you have to accept it. And I want to say shout out to Gen Z for bucking the trend. Because I saw how the black church was falling off many years ago. I experienced it. I saw the quality of woman. I saw what the pastor was preaching or not preaching. I noticed when the pastor wasn't telling women, hey, woman, respect your man, love your man, let him lead the household. I've not heard that in over a decade. I'll keep it real with you, bro. I've not heard that in over a decade from a pastor, where a pastor says to women in the congregation, you need to respect your husband, your boyfriend, your father. They are the man of the house. And there's too many scandals happening in the black church. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of scandals happening in the black church. Should we go through some scandals? Well, pastors are having relations with some women in the church, or there's cheating happening in the black church, or something really messed up is happening in the black church that I won't mention on the channel. How many scandals do we hear of the black church? Or there's a pastor that has bought $1 million house or a what's it called? Or a private airplane using church funds. Shouldn't those church funds go into the community? And I'm not saying now if you're a pastor and it's your full-time job, that's cool, pay yourself, right? But if you're not using some of that money to improve your community or create services for black people, black men, to compete in capitalism, then of course black men gonna leave the church. The biggest fumble in the black church, right? The biggest fumble in the black church, okay, is them not providing services to help black men compete in capitalism, not encouraging black men to get into tech or IT. Now encouraging black men to become the next Mark Zuckerberg. That's the biggest fumble ever. Now, the black church nowadays is all about black women, BW, 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 BW. It panders too much to BWs, bro. And black men they've been tired of it. BW's this, BW's that, BW's that, BW's that. And we know what's happening there. Pander, 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 pander. And black men are tired of it. So that is the issue that Gen Z has with the black church. And as I end this segment, okay, I want to say, brothers, you decide what you want to do. If you want to continue going to the black church, that's cool. If you're currently in an awesome black church, continue going there. If you want to leave the black church, then you are perfectly entitled to. Bear in mind that, in my opinion, the black church in America is an arm of the Democratic Party. I doubt the leaders of America believe in God, but they know how important the black church is to control black people and get your votes for free. Don't allow them to use you. Okay? So let's react to some clips from this week. Okay? Hold on here. Give me a second. Let's see. Do I have any PayPal donations, super chats? Feel free to hit the super chats and PayPal donations. Okay, support the channel, support the movement. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's go. Let me just check. Let me just to the support. Who's here in the building? Let me know what city. Let me know what city or country you're listening from. Who's here? Just pulling up the clips, and then we shall start reacting. Okay. Make sure you join. Please join the Kick and the Twitch. I'll be streaming the Munich and Spain live streams on Kick and Twitch. So please follow me on Kick. Are you on Kick? Please follow me on Kick and follow me on Twitch. Here's a link to my Kick, and here's a link to my Twitch. Germany streams and Spain streams will be only on Twitch and Kick. Those are exclusives to those platforms. So if you're not on Twitch, if you're not on Kick, you're losing. Okay, get on those platforms. Okay, that's why I'll be streaming those two streams on Kick and Twitch. Okay, so let's react to a clip from this week. Okay, and it's a very interesting clip, and it just shows you just how modern women have lost it. Okay, so let me share my screen over here. Present video file, and let's go to here. Okay, so check this out.
Controversial to say. Marriage, and this is going to be very controversial to say, marriage also is sex work, because a lot of women, what they're doing is women engage in marriage from a place where, okay, ideally, he's going to take care of you financially, and there's a home for you both to live in. What you are doing is you're fulfilling a role. So you're going to either be some sort of like homemaker, homekeeper, you're raising and rearing the kids. You are partnering with him and sleeping with him in the hopes that the trade-off will be that you get validation, love, and upkeep. And the man understands and believes that if he continues to fulfill that role for you, then the arrangement works, because marriage is an arrangement. Now, why I say it's prostitution is because whilst it's not necessarily on the surface, you're fucking for a transactional exchange, there's something that you're fucking for.
So now, some of you brothers thought that I was, maybe over dramatizing how bad the UK is. Okay. Now you're seeing here in this clip that the UK is as bad as it really, as I tell it is. Okay. As I mentioned it is. Okay. You just heard this UK chick say that marriage is a form of 304-ism. That's crazy. She's saying that women who are in marriage, who are married, are basically 304s. That's insane to me. Not even a Keisha in America, a Shakisha that me and Theo react to, has said that. Okay? So yeah, UK, we down bad over here, right? And that's why I say don't come here and find your wives in the UK. You ain't gonna find her. So let's break it down, right? She's saying that when women get married to a man, okay, there's an exchange here. Okay. So they're both fulfilling a role. She gets married, okay, and she gets married for protection, provision, validation, love, upkeep. And she exchanges that with her giving her box to you. Honey, sweetheart, that's not how marriages work. All right? No, it isn't. Women are not effing for a transactional exchange. It is love between a man and a woman because they care for each other. This is why I'm saying that a lot of women nowadays in the West, right, are literally 3 or 4s in suits. Keeping it real, brothers. I'm keeping it real. Okay? A lot of women nowadays, even though they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're professionals, they're actually 3 or 4s, these Western women. Right? All they care about is the bag, right? And what they can get from you. Okay? So she's saying that, marriage is a form of 3 or 4ism. That's insane. Where is monetary exchange happening in marriages? So show me where a husband is paying his wife, right, to get the box. No, it just happens, bro. It just happens because you're in love, you're married, you're in the same bed. A foreign woman would never say this. Can you imagine a Japanese chick saying this? Or a Brazilian, or a Colombian, or a Thai chick, or a Panamanian chick? They're not going to say this, bro. They're not going to say this, bro. And that's why I'm saying Western women are so far gone off the deep end. We can't save them, bro. We can't. We can't. We've lost them. And you need to understand that, bro. You need to understand that. Nowadays, for Western women, everything is all about what can you do for me? So, hey, I'm raising your kids. I'm at home. What can you do for me? Honey, a marriage should be where a man supports a woman supports a man. So a man can support a woman financially, a woman supports a man emotionally. It's not a form of 3 or 4ism. All these Western women care about is the bag. They don't have any hearts. They've lost their emotion, bro. And that's what this channel is trying to show you. Get your passport, get into IT, right? Do my Python course, get out the West. Because it's over in the West. You can't save it, bro. You're holding on to a false dream. You're holding on to a false dream. Right? Bruv. She's comparing a wife sleeping with her husband as a form of 3 or 4 exchange, where a man pays a 3 or 4 for a box. Marriage is love. Marriage is caring for each other. Marriage is an emotional connection. It's nowhere near the equivalent of a dude paying a chick to smash. And even though this is making me pretty angry here, I'm happy she said it, right? So you can see just how they're really thinking. This is how modern Western women in the West, in America and UK, are thinking, bro. And some of you dudes need to have that wake up call. Some of you dudes are asleep. Some of you dudes are asleep. And I'm telling y'all to wake the F up, bro. Because the women that we once knew in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they're never coming back. In fact, modern Western women in America and the UK are only going to get worse, worse, and worse, and worse. There is no going back. There is no point of the return for modern Western women. They have gone off the deep end. So get your passports, join my upcoming Python course, join Theo's cloud course, join the Discord, join the Reddit group, right? Join the Facebook group, get in our community and get yourselves out the West, bro. Because in 5 years' time, it's gonna get really bad. In fact, in 1 year's time, it's gonna get really bad. And you want to have the means to get out West ASAP, so you don't have to deal with women like this, bro. Because guess what? There is a lot of women like her out there in America, and you just don't know it. In fact, your own sister can even think like this, bro. Your own sister can even think like this. In fact, your current Western girlfriend or wife could even think like this. If you ain't got your passport, I feel sorry for you, man. Get your passport and get into IT, right? This ain't right, but we have the solution. That's getting out the West, okay? So next one to react to, move from studio, okay? So let me bring up present video file. Let's react to this clip over here, okay?
We're half Japanese and half.
Please introduce yourself.
We're half Japanese and half Indian, and I was born in Japan and grew up in India. I was born in India and I'm here for university. I'm here working and traveling.
So what was it like growing up in India as half Japanese?
I didn't really get discriminated. I was considered Indian. People accepted me. I think for me, I kind of look more Japanese compared to her. So in India, I was like treated a bit more as a foreigner. But over here, a lot of people think I'm Japanese automatically, unless I talk in English. So
What about the languages? How many languages do you guys speak?
we speak Hindi, English, and Japanese. Sometimes we talk in Hindi and Japanese with our parents when it's mixed, but mostly English, yeah.
Maybe you want to say something in Japanese and Hindi?
日本に今4ヶ月ぐらいいて、妹は大学生にいるの。Namaste, मेरा नाम प्रीता है और मैं इंडिया से हूँ.
So brothers, right? What you see here is an Indian Japanese woman, okay? Now you know that I'm not into Indian women like that. I'm not really into South Asian women, so Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Indian. They're not my taste, and that's my personal preference. We all have our preferences, right? But what I can admit here is that these two women look good. They look very good. Okay, let me tell you this, right? Japanese genes, right, in a woman, I'm telling you, bro, if she's half white, half Japanese, half black, half Japanese, half Swedish, half Japanese, half Iranian, bro, oh my days, okay, they come out looking good, okay? When I was in Japan last year, I saw dime half Japanese woman, half black woman, half white woman, etc., etc. I don't know what it is, but those Japanese genes make women look good. Okay, so would I go on a date with a half Indian, half Japanese woman? No, because I'm not into Indian women like that. But guess what? I can admit that they look good. Okay, but give me a half black, half Japanese. Give me half white, half Japanese. Give me half Arab, half Japanese. I'll take that, bro. I'll take that. Okay, when you go to Japan yourself, right? Even though they say that, oh, Japan is so Japanese people all over the place. You go with Japan yourselves because you're going to be shocked. In Tokyo, there's a lot of diversity, right? You're going to see half Japanese, half Russian chicks, right? Half Japanese, half flipping Korean chicks. Oh my goodness. Half Japanese, half Korean. Oh my days. Gorgeous. Gorgeous chicks. Okay, so when you see these women, right, and compare it to the previous clip, who are you guys choosing? Who are you guys choosing? Right, these women, right? Can you imagine these women saying to Yao that marriage is a form of 304ism? Marriage is a form of 304ism. Hell no, because it's a whole different culture, bro. It's a whole different culture. This is what I'm saying, right? Get your passport because you can't find women like this in America. You can't find women like this in the UK. You can only find it when you get your passports, book your flight, book your hotel, and get out the West. Get into IT, right? You know, book your IT consultations with me. Join my Python course coming very soon, and get out there. Because I'm abroad, bro. I'm abroad. And I'm seeing a beautiful woman everywhere. Women that I don't see in the UK. When you get your passports, a whole different type of woman will open up to you, bro. And even though I'm not into Indian chicks, maybe these women here like brothers. They might like yo. You know, they are half Indian, half Japanese. They may be checking for a brother, right? And if you're into Indian chicks, right? If you're into Japanese chicks, you got the best of both worlds, bro. Go for it, bruv. Go for it. So get your passport, stop being scared, get into IT, book your IT consultation with me, and you too can be with these half Japanese, half Indian chicks. And like I mentioned, right, it's not just half Indian, half Japanese, bro. You're going to see half Japanese, half Swedish chicks, half Japanese, half Iranian chicks, half Japanese, half Korean chicks. Let me tell you, right, half Japanese, half Koreans, in my opinion, are up there with some of the most gorgeous looking women I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. Just go Tokyo. Tokyo is super diverse. Okay. You want more game on Tokyo about Japan? Book your travel consultation with me in the Kindly link below. Okay. Get your passport, brothers. Okay. Get your passport. Awesome. So next clip to react to. Okay. Let's go. Let me just over here. Okay. So let's react to an article. Let's see, what do I have over here? Okay. I want to bring up, right, this article. Okay. Where is it? Actually, I'll do that after. Okay. Let me bring up this clip. All right. Present video file. Okay. Let me bring up this clip over here.
Video today is about.
So we got a young brother, okay, who wants to speak about how things ain't been the same since 2020. Full video in the description below in the video. Check out the whole video, but let's react to this clip, okay?
The video today is about things have not been the same since 2020. You look at any aspect of life. You look at working. We all work, you know. You look at relationships. We all have different relationships. You look at the future. Just being optimistic about your future. Nothing has really seemed the same. And I don't know why that is exactly. I think something that has to do with it is we all were able to, for at least.
Hold on. Let me check my sound. Give me a second, please. Hold on, bro. All right, we're back. My sound dropped there. Hold on, let me remove it from the clip. Hold on. Remove from studio. Let's get back again. Video file. And let's get back up here again, okay?
Today is about. The video today is about things have not been the same since 2020.
Right, hold on, back here again. Sorry. Let's see.
The The video today is about things have not been the same since 2020. You look at any aspect of life. You look at working. We all work, you know. You look at relationships. We all have different relationships. You look at the future. Just being optimistic about your future. Nothing has really seemed the same. And I don't know why that is exactly. I think something that has to do with it is we all were able to, for at least a half a year, sit at home every day and kind of see, man, like, I'm working my life away, man.
Facts, absolute facts, man. So 2020, right? Since then, the world has got really weird. Okay, and you know, in my lifetime, right? You know, I've seen quite a lot of things, and I think there's been two pivotal moments in my life where things really changed for me on a personal level and on a cultural level. So, for example, right, in 2014, right, where Instagram took off, women changed completely, became more arrogant, became more narcissistic, became horrible still within the West. And I noticed that in real time. And if you agree, let me know if you agree, right? 2014, 2015, where IG took off, women became the biggest narcissists ever, okay? Number two, 2020, right? 2021, things changed a lot. People's thoughts, how people were moving, you know, what people were saying, the whole cultural landscape. Obviously, things became more expensive. But things changed for the worse after the pandemic. And this young brother is speaking facts here. But let's carry on here.
I really don't see my family as much as I should, man. Bro, I think so many people came to the realization of so many different things during that can I say, I'm not even going to try it, but during 2020, you know, when we had to kind of just be away from everyone. And it's crazy because 4 years later, nothing really seems the same. And I don't think people really talk about it. You know, we're in another pandemic right now where people just don't want to work. And people want to say it's Gen Z or it's just younger people. It's older people who don't want to work too.
Yeah, so I think, right, in 2020, when we were all at home in our bedroom, in our room, when we were solitary, just, you know, you yourselves and whatever, or me, myself, and I, we really thought about life. Okay, because in my opinion, that's where life stood still for those couple weeks, couple months, right? And people really thought about, people saw all the people getting deleted, you know, dropping DAD, and they thought to themselves, right, what if this happens again in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time? Okay, right? You only have one life. We only have one life. I want to live life to its fullest capacity, but I'm locked down in a horrible 9 to 5 job. I work 9 to 5. I'm tired, right? Then I come home, in the weekend, right? I'm also tired too. My whole Saturday, I've got to rest. I don't do anything. On Sunday, I've got a meal prep for the following week. You may have a child, or you may have look after elderly parents. There's no time to yourself. So in that standstill, people really evaluated where they were in life. Okay, I know I did. For me personally, right? For me, that's when I went full on passport, bro. When I started looking at my life, the past, the present, you know, what I've achieved so far, what I wanted, I said to myself, being a passport bro was my future. You had a lot of time to think. And that's why you see people have changed now, because people are now quitting jobs, following their dreams, or, they're cutting off dead weights in their lives. They're realizing that you only have one life. And that pandemic kind of put things in perspective for a lot of people. Let's carry on here.
It's older people who are tired of being sick and tired, and
Facts. Imagine being old, right? You worked through 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, same 9 to 5 job, like a goddamn loop, never stopping, never changing. You're thinking, is there more to life than just working the same job every day? Like a mantra, wake up at 7 a.m., right? Go to work. You may have horrible colleagues too, colleagues that, you don't mesh with, or that who annoy you. You may be an extrovert or an introvert, and your colleagues are extrovert and they annoy you. It really put things in perspective there for people. But let's carry on here.
it's kind of leaving everyone with the question of what now? Well, what do I do now? I know this isn't what I want to do. What do I want to do now? Dating. I don't know if y'all are married, if y'all have been with someone for a while. Dating has not been the same since 2020. Now, a lot of that has to do with where we're at socially. Just men and women. It's like we're on two completely different spectrums, but
Facts, absolute facts, man. Dating got worse in 2020, a lot worse. Obviously, OF blew up during that time as well. So you have a culture of free fallism that's being promoted, being pushed by the powers that be. Things got a bit more expensive, right? And a lot of women became gold diggers, and they made that very clear. If you're a 9 to 5 worker, you ain't got 6 figures, or you ain't drive a Mercedes Benz or a Tesla, you broke, don't come near me, right? After 2020, women just changed a lot more, right? 2014, IG changed women, made them more narcissistic. But in 2020, 2021, I'd say the pandemic made women very capitalist, very, very capitalist, only caring about money and not caring about the character of a man. But let's carry on here.
Pre-2020, dating was normal, bro. You could look at someone and be like, I can see a future with them. You can't do that anymore. The future. I want you to honestly think. Now, I'm in a different boat. I am pretty optimistic about my future, but when you think about life, do you really think 5 years from now? It's like something weird where you can't even really think long term, because it's almost like I don't even know what will happen by then.
Good point there. So a lot of young men, right, are lost. Okay, and I don't blame them. This is why I keep saying the passport movement has been a lifesaver, all right? Because you have a purpose you're working towards to. You want to find a wife, right? You find her abroad. You want to get out of the rat race in the West, in America and UK, get into IT, get into tech, and leave the country with your skill set. Okay, you want to, picture yourself where do you want to picture yourself 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Well, that's a personal decision where a brother has to sit down with himself and write his thoughts down. What do you really want out of life? What do you want out of this life 5 years from now? Do you want to become wealthier? Do you want to get into a certain industry? Do you want to find a girlfriend? Do you want to find a wife? Once you write those goals down, you got to work towards it. And I would say, right, a lot of young men lack mentorship in the West, and I don't blame them. right? The elders have checked out. I don't blame them too. And that's why I keep saying to young men, join Passport Bros, get into IT, join a community, join the Discord, join the Reddit, join the Facebook group, join the Twitch, Kick, etc., etc. Be in a community that meshes with your ideas and your ideology, right? So hopefully this young black man, okay, he finds his answers, he knows where he goes to in 5 years' time. And I think him being a passport bro will be very, very beneficial for him. Okay. Awesome. Remove from studio. Okay. So let's react to an article. Okay. Let's see. Let me bring up this article. Let's see over here. Okay. So let me bring it up over here. 1 second, please. So, yes, I agree. Okay. Let me bring it. And if you're in Florida, look after yourself, please. Okay. I know there's a hurricane happening in America. Look after yourself, please. Keep yourself safe, brothers. Okay. Share screen, and share screen over here. Okay. So you must have heard yourself recently. Okay. But Mexico has officially sworn in their first female president. And we have a very powerful headline by the BBC that says here, Mexico's first female president vows it's time for a woman. Oh dear. Okay. I'm going to say, first and foremost, pray for Mexico, because I've read into this woman's ideologies, who she really is. Okay. Look at her name, and that's what I'm going to say. Okay. And I don't like it. Okay. I don't like how she's thinking, how she's moving. This seems to me another agenda pushed by the powers that be. They want to push certain ideas and certain thoughts into Mexico, the society, and the woman. Okay. So you need to understand how the powers that be work. Men can't be changed easily. For a man to change how he behaves, how he acts, right, they do it through woman. Once you control the woman, you then control the man. Once you control the man, you then control society. Okay, that's how the powers that be work. That's how America and the UK fell off. Because once upon a time, I know this is hard to believe that this is hard to believe this, right? But American women, they weren't so bad once upon a time. Once upon a time, UK chicks, they weren't so bad. In fact, there were some of the best women you could wife up, right, back in the day. They would do their job, feminine, submissive, respect men, will cause no problems. But that changed. That changed when the powers that be got a grip of American and UK women. And now look at the dating scene in America and the UK. Okay, look here. When the powers that be get a grip of a woman, right, or a group of women in a particular country, they start pushing out certain ideologies. So based on her profile, who she is, what she's doing, I guarantee you, right, 100%, she is going to be pushing feminist values to Mexican women. What comes with feminism? Higher entitlement, demanding a lot more from men. Hey, you got to be 6 foot, you got to be rich, have a 6-pack, have a chiseled jaw, all that nonsense that Western women want from men in 2024, right? Crazy requirements. You're going to see women disrespect men, okay, and see men as worthless and beneath them, like Western chicks. That's how their agenda does things. That's how the agenda does things. So I would watch Mexico very carefully in the next couple years. I would look at, what kind of things they'll push in the school system, because they do it through the schools, through university, through colleges, through high school. That's how they get the young generation and poison them. Because, you can't really change the mind state of a woman that's 50, 60, 55, 45, 40. She's set in her ways. But what you can do is change the mind state of a 18-year-old that's starting college or university for the first time in her life and push out certain ideologies. Now, I've been to university myself, and I remember clearly, right, seeing all the feminist nonsense being pushed to young women in my classes. I had a feminist lecturer. I had feminist lecturers, sorry, and it was feminism 24/7 all day. They know what they're doing, because university is where people are trained to become the next politicians, the next lawyers, next doctors, etc., etc. Basically, people who will run society when old people get deleted off Earth or get too old to run the country. That's how they do it, bros. So with Mexico, I would watch the education system. I would watch the TV shows they push out in the next few years. I would watch what this woman is saying. I would watch her policies, because if Mexican women turn against men, right, that's a lot of women that we could lose in the passport bro movement. Because Mexico is a major passport bro hub. A lot of dudes love Mexico. A lot of dudes love Mexican women. Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it a stack. So if brothers lose Mexico, it will be a fatal blow. It will be a big blow. We cannot allow Mexican women to fall to the feminist agenda, or else if they do, they will become just like American and UK women, and we don't want that, bro. It's bad enough already in America and in the UK. It's bad enough. We can't have other groups of women in Latin America thinking like them, demanding crazy things, having high body counts, becoming 304s, becoming OF models, becoming IG models, becoming 304s, streetwalkers. That's what comes with feminism, bro. Do you want that? Hell no. Hell no. Watch Mexico very carefully in the next couple years, bro. I mean it. That is how the powers that be ruin women, societies, and their culture. I know who's responsible, bro. Listen, I'm going to say too much about here, but do your research, bro. Look at the background of this woman, where she's from, her family background, and then you have your answer. That's all I'm saying, bro. Keep game, because that's what they do, bro. They did that in America. They did that in the UK, right? They did that in other Western countries, and they're now targeting to push out their filthy agenda in foreign countries. We cannot let them win. Okay, watch Mexico very carefully. Okay, please. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, so let me put a border here. Share screen, present. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get an article. So I want to show you something really. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me bring this up, okay? Bring this up. Just gonna pull the article up. 1 second, getting the article. All right, so where is it? Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Okay. I got it. All right. Present. Share screen. Okay. So, okay. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, in the past week or so, we saw Iran hit back at Israel with over 150 missiles aimed at Israel. Okay. Now, Israel wants to hit back. Okay. And you can see in the article here, okay, there are a number of ways that Israel could hit Iran back. And depending on how that goes, we may be looking at World War III, okay, or a major war in the Middle Eastern region coming very soon, okay? So it says here, from missile batteries to oil refineries to nuclear labs, Israel could hit a wide range of targets in Iran, okay? Now, knowing Israel, they will not back down. They are definitely going to hit Iran back. The question is how and what they're going to hit Iran back with. Okay. Now, me personally, right? I don't want Israel to hit Iran back, but we don't live in a perfect world. It's going to happen. Okay. Now, if Israel hits Iran's oil refineries, that will seriously mess up Iran's economy. And the chain of events that could happen from that could be not only devastating from a Middle Eastern perspective, but from a world perspective. Okay. Gas prices will go high, very high. And of course, Iran's economy will take a major hit. Okay. So imagine Israel hits, Iran's oil refineries. Well, guess what? Okay. I read that if that happens, Israel could hit Saudi Arabia's oil refinery. Why is that? Because Saudi Arabia is very close with the USA. So imagine Saudi's oil refineries being hit. That would be major trouble for the world economy. Saudi has a lot of oil that it sells all around the world. That being hit will be devastating. And that's also war as well. Could be Iran and Saudi war, Israel-Iran war. The whole Middle East will go up in flames, bro. Okay? And that will obviously trickle down to other countries all around the world. America will probably get involved. UK too. We're looking at World War III here. Okay? So that's one way that Israel could hit Iran. The other way Israel could hit Iran is by hitting Iran's nuclear labs. Okay, so Iran's secret nuclear program. Whoa. Now, that is something that we hope Israel wouldn't even dare thinking of doing, bro. Okay, because if that happens, we're looking at, in my opinion, World War III. I think Russia will get involved. I think China will get involved. I think that, things will really get bad, not only in the Middle East, but around the world. Okay? Iran has been working on its secret nuclear program for several decades now. And apparently they're very close to a nuclear bomb. But guess what? Israel has nukes. Israel is the only nation in the Middle East that has nukes. How we got nukes, I have no idea, bro. Okay? Israel is the only nation in the Middle East that has nukes. Right? So what I'm saying here is that we need to prepare for Israel, right, to hit Iran. What happens after that, okay, could be very devastating, right? So it says here, right, okay, one option would be to hit gasoline refineries that mainly serve Iran's domestic markets. possibly limiting the impact on the global economy. Okay, fair enough. Okay. The Persian Gulf Star plant in Bandar Abbas is the most important domestic source of gasoline for Iran, having met about 40% of the country's needs last year. Okay. Such a strike would likely cause economic upheaval for Iran, which is already struggling to manage a troubled economy squeezed by years of US and international sanctions. Okay. So Iran has already been sanctioned to hell already. Okay. Taking out its oil refineries would really cripple the country. Now, I'm of the opinion that a country, the people in a country should not suffer because the leader, right, does things, that people don't like. Okay. So if a leader does some things that the world doesn't like, why should the populace of that country suffer? They're not leading. They're innocent people, right? So I would hate that to happen for Iranian people in Iran. But we don't live in a perfect world, right? Okay. So going on from there, okay. So it says here, nuclear. Okay. Biden said this week that the US opposed any strikes on Iran's nuclear program, but Israel has long warned of the danger of Iran's developing nuclear weapons. Okay. And Prime Minister of Israel might decide that the moment is right to strike at the nuclear sites before Tehran's program advances any further. Let me make this very clear that, okay, Israel is really scared that of Iran getting nukes, because once Iran gets nukes, it's fair game. Israel has nukes, Iran has nukes, right? It's fair game. Okay. So, that would literally cause a major geopolitical seismic shock throughout the whole world. Okay. The main sites include uranium enrichment centers in Fardal and Natanz, which are both deep underground over layers of rock and concrete. Okay. Whoa. There's also a large nuclear center outside Isfahan that oversees a number of activities for the nuclear program, including the production of centrifuge parts and uranium metal, which can be used to build the core of an atomic bomb. Wow. Okay. So if that happens, right, we know that Iran will retaliate against Israel and potentially, okay, other countries will get involved. Okay, so let's hope that things don't get really bad, because if things get bad, the whole world is in trouble. Okay, it's already bad as enough as it is. We're still recovering from COVID. Okay, and a war in the Middle East that will potentially spill out to World War III will, of course, be very bad. Okay, let's pray for peace. Let's hope for peace, and let's hope that this Middle East war, this war that's happening in the Middle East, ends as soon as possible. Okay. Now, will this happen? Probably not. Israel will hit Iran. Iran will hit back. What happens after? We must prepare for it. Okay. We must prepare for it. Awesome. So let's react to the next one. Okay. Let's see. What do I have over here? So I've got a clip here, okay, that I want to bring up. Present video file. Let me bring up this clip over here.
Into perspective really quick, that when I just want to put something into perspective really quick, that when men built the worlds, we needed the world to be built. The world was nothing before men built it. And the reason...
That's facts. That's absolute facts. The world was empty. The world, didn't have many technological advancements. The world was still in an immature stage. And men have built the world to what it is right now. Okay. And do men get credit for that in 2024? No, we don't. No, we don't. You tell that to feminists, you tell that to women in America and UK, she will call you all sorts of terms, or you're misogynist, blah, blah, blah. What about women? Nah, men built this world. Let's carry on here.
Men even built the world was for a safe place for both women and children, right? It was for their families. It was for the greater good of the future. They were building toward the future. It was a selfless act. It was a noble act for a man to build the world, to go to war, to protect his family, to protect his country, right?
Facts, absolute facts, absolute facts. Women are often called the fairer sex. What does that mean? The kinder sex, you know, the most empathetic sex, the most selfless sex. But that's not true. That is not true. Okay? When you get to know women, when you get to speak to them, when you get to be around them, you see their true nature. A lot of women are narcissists and quite selfish. You know, men have built this world. Men have done many sacrifices. Men have got deleted for the betterment of mankind. Right? They have. And women don't appreciate that. Men have gone to war to protect women and children. And women don't appreciate that. Wow.
That was the man's aura. That was the man's job, to build the world. And back in the day, women actually respected the man for that. Women actually saw that the world needed to be built. The women saw this, right? And since the man was building the world, the woman had more respect for the man building the world because she saw that the world needed to be built. So there was respect back in the day. There was definitely a respect. There was a mutual understanding. But
that's correct. That's correct. That is absolute facts. You know, when the world was being built, women understood that men were going out there to build things, build products, you know, corporations, develop the economy. And back then, women knew their role and knew what they had to do. They would make sandwiches for their man. They would make dinner when he came home. They would make breakfast. They would know that the men were going out there to do great things. Nowadays, even though men are building driverless cars, building robots, right? Building social media platforms, women don't give a damn. You know, men built Facebook, right? Men built TikTok, right? Men built Instagram, right? Men built Facebook. All these platforms where women are becoming multi-millionaires from. Even a guy built OF. A guy built OF. And look how many women are becoming rich off OF. And women don't respect that. Women don't respect what men have built in the modern world. And some of you guys have to peep game, right? And stop seeing women as, you know, these angels that can do no wrong. And see them as a woman that, you know, that in the West don't really like you, don't care for you, don't even want to be around you. But let's carry on here.
between the men and the women of what needed to be done. But guess what? It's 2024. The world is built and women don't see anything that needs to be built anymore. Women are not respecting men because they don't see that there needs to be something built. Women need a reason to respect a man. They can't just respect men for doing selfless things. They can't just respect a man for being a man, for doing a job, for even though he's not building the world anymore, just because he's building on top of his family and there's nothing really to be seen, right? The world is fine. There's nothing going on bad enough for the woman to respect the man. The women, we are not respecting the men anymore because there's nothing to build.
That's a fair point there. That's a fair point. But I'm going to push back there because things are still being built here. Like I mentioned, right? Men are building driverless cars. Men are building robots, right? men are building social media platforms. I mean, TikTok only came out what 5 years ago, what 6 years ago, and a man built that. Men are building roads. Men are building, buildings. Men are building tracks. Men are building cities, bro. But women are not respecting that because they just don't care, man. The culture right now is to not care about men. You must understand that college is a very powerful brainwashing propaganda platform, right? Women are taught at 18, 19, 20, 21 that men are worthless. That because women, give birth to men, right, that men should worship them. Because you know what? If women didn't give birth to men in the first place, then TikTok wouldn't be built. But that's a dumb argument. That's a very stupid argument. But that's what they teach women in colleges nowadays, in high schools. They explicitly tell women don't respect men. In fact, they even tell women that you're better than men. Go on social media right now, and you will hear women say that men are less than women and women are better than men because women make kids. Let's carry on.
That's the reason why we selfishly don't understand. We don't understand how selfless men really are.
Absolute facts. Men are very selfless people, right? Because it takes some sort of selflessness to wake up every day to build something. No one is telling, for example, Elon Musk, right, to be building all these products. He has Starlink, he has Neuralink, he has Tesla, and all these things have advanced society, right? The fact that we have a satellite internet and, we have a chip in the brain that could help people, cure their illnesses or mobility issues, that's a very selfless act. Elon Musk hasn't got to have a company like Neuralink. Can you imagine women waking up every day doing that? Can you imagine women, right, waking up one day and saying to themselves, I want to create a company like Neuralink to help people with mobility issues and illnesses? Hell nah, bruv. The average woman just wants makeup. The average woman just wants to have fun and travel and go for brunches. Can we keep it real? Can we keep it real, please? Can we keep it 100% real, bruv? Right? I'm not capping here, bruv. The average woman isn't thinking about helping society. It's all about her, me, 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 me. Do you think she cares about driverless cars? Do you think she cares about, trying to advance, curing certain diseases? It's most men that are building these medicines that are curing or treating diseases. The average woman in the West just wants to wake up, right? Get ran through by Chad, go on holiday all around the world, travel, have brunches, watch Netflix all day, right? Watch movies all day. Let's keep it real here, man. Let's keep it 100% real. But men have selflessly advanced humanity. Women haven't. Women haven't. Because men are more selfless than women. Women are more selfish than men. And it has to be said, bro. It has to be mentioned. So this woman here, she's speaking absolute facts, bro. Men's selflessness has allowed us to have laptops, electronic cars, Teslas, Facebooks, Microsofts, Twitter, etc., etc. The average woman isn't thinking about advancing humanity. She wants to wake up, get ran through by Chad, by Tyrone, travel all around the world, have brunches, take pics on social media, go to sleep, and that's it, bro. and chill. That's it, bro. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. But the guys who are out there building roads, building houses, right? Who are bricklayers, who are builders, they get no respect from women. In fact, they can't even get a date. They can't even get a date. They can't even get a girlfriend or a wife. They gotta become passport bros. That's how bad things are in the West, bro. And that's why I'm saying, get your passports. It's over. It's a done deal, bruv. It's a done deal. It's over. Get your passports, please. Because we're seeing female nature play out in real time in the West. When money is involved, when capitalism is involved, right? Woman's nature truly comes out. And that's a selfish nature that doesn't care about you. Get your passport, man. Get your passport. Become a passport bro. That's your only option right now. Okay, let's react to the next one. Present video file. Let's react to this one over here. Okay.
Older men.
So there's been a movement in the past several months called hagmaxing, where older women are dating younger men. Okay, so let's check this clip out over here.
Older men. Since we've talked about older men who date younger women and substantially younger women, let's talk about older women who date younger men. And I am one of them. I don't make any effort to hide that. I do that for two reasons. Number one, physical. Men my age, at least in my area, don't age well. They don't take great care of themselves. They don't stay physically active. I do take care of myself. I do stay active. So it's basic principles of attraction. And then I'm not willing to compromise on the lifestyle that will keep me feeling and looking my best. Number two, it's mental. The men my age that I encounter in my area are battle scarred, and they're not willing to make an effort to learn and heal from it. They don't have a sense of humor. They don't have a zest for life and intellectual curiosity. They're a drag. That said, 10 years younger, that's my general cutoff for long-term consideration. And that's what I think older men and younger women should observe to keep things fair and not an uneven power dynamic. That's based on what I have seen and also other people I know. 10 years is a window where two people can be on a level playing field because they've had similar life experiences. Younger than that, it's possible that they haven't. And that's not fair. It's an uneven power dynamic. And quite frankly, for me, it's just not interesting. Anything more than a 10-year age difference, I have done that, but it's for a fun time, not a long time.
Wow. So if you're a young man right now, let's say you're 25, 24, and you are thinking about dating a woman that's 10 years older than you or older than you in general, you need to wake up and smell the mother flipping coffee. You need to wake up and smell the mother effing coffee, bro. Okay? No young man should be going anywhere, should not go anywhere near an older woman. Hell no. I don't want to see 25-year-old dudes, 24, 26 with women who are 36, 38, 40. What are you doing, bro? You're a man. You are a man. Okay? Men don't do that, bro. Men go after younger women. Older women are tossed to the side, bro. Okay? Please. I know things are down really bad in the West and in the UK to the point where there's a movement called hagmaxing, where because things are so bad, because younger women are so horrible to deal with, or men can't get dates from them, that men find older women easier. And yes, older women are very easy. They are very easy to get, you know? But because they're easy to get doesn't mean they're the right choice to get. doesn't mean that they're the best choice for you. Doesn't mean that you go after them. So what I'm saying is that, you know, brothers, right? Wake up and smell the coffee. Don't go near older women. All right? If you're 25, date 20-year-old, right? If you're 30, date a 20-year-old, 22, 21, 23. If you're 35, date a 21-year-old. That's how it should be, not the other way around. So what are you doing if you're a younger dude dating an older woman? What's going on there, bro? Nah, that's not right. Let's break it down, right? So she says that a 10-year age gap is the right spot, the sweet spot. And I kind of agree, but not for women though, for men. So if you're 40, date women who are 30, 25, 24, 23. If you're a 40-year-old woman, you should date a guy that's 45. Young men and older women don't mesh with each other. Since the very beginning of time, right? It's never happened. It's not really a thing. Okay? It's always been older man, younger woman. That's how it should be. That's how it always must be. Right? Older women and younger men do not belong with each other. They don't mesh. Okay? Things are so bad in the West that dudes are dating older women. Actually, in fact, the other day, right, I kid you not, right? Several months ago in my area, I see a tall black dude, a clean-cut, tall black dude in a suit. He's holding hands, right? And this black guy, right, must have been around 27, 28. I see him holding hands with a white woman that looks around 48, right? 45. And I could not believe it. I'm like, brother, are things so bad for you in your life that you're holding hands proudly with an old white woman? And this is why I'm saying, right, lack of knowledge, lack of when you're ignorant to the world, right, you will lose. Because if you knew what passport bros was, right, you wouldn't even go near an older woman. Now I know that things are terrible in the West, bro. I know. If you're a man who's 24, 23, you're Gen Z, I know you're going through hell right now. But don't compromise, right? Don't do that. Don't compromise and don't settle for an old age woman. You gotta get your passport. Okay? And if you want to live this full-time passport bro lifestyle, you have to get into IT. You have to get into tech. That's the only way. That's the only way that's going to get you out the matrix permanently. Being a passport bro, being in IT, getting into tech, that's the best thing for a brother in 2024. Don't settle and date older women. There's no benefit. You can't build a family with them. More than likely they've been ran through. Can you imagine you being 25, right, and dating a 38-year-old chick? Do you know how many dudes have been inside her? Do you know how many dudes have ran through her? Right? Hell nah. Hell nah. You keep away from that, bro. You keep away from that like radioactive poison or radioactive waste. Some of these young dudes, right, who are dating, who are hag maxing, right? Crazy term. Need a mentor, need guidance, need to know what a passport bro is. Because guess what? There's a lot of single foreign women out there that would happily want an American black dude, an American dude in general, to step off that plane, right, and wife them up, bro. With your dollars, with your pounds that go far, with you being clean cut, being in the suits, with your skill set, you'll be a high value man in her country. All the women will want you. All the young women will want you, bro. So don't settle, don't compromise, and please don't date no old chick, bro. I hate seeing black dudes with old women. come to the UK, you're gonna see black dudes with old women, right, left, forward, right, and center. Particularly old white women. I know it's bad, but it can't be that bad, bro. Get your passport, please. Get your passports. All right, let me take a minute break and get some water, okay? I got a few more clips to react to. Remove from studio. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, please. I'm put myself on mute. Okay, we back. Okay, we back. Let's see here. Present. Video file. Okay, let's react to this clip over here. Okay.
What's happening? What's going on? Don't let your parents fool you. You know, anyone that has parents that are from Generation X, Gen X, you know what I'm saying? Don't let them fool you. I mean, I know they talk a tough game, you know what I mean? You know, they act like they real tough and, you know, and they don't have emotions and they're able to get through any difficult task or whatever have you. You know, they went through the 90s and it was this way and that way and how, you know, this generation is soft and y'all are crybabies and y'all are sensitive and all of that stuff. Let me tell you something. I used to think that way. Real talk. No lie. You know, I used to be like, you know, the Gen X's, man, we were the best, you know, and we could survive anything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm being real, like, I'm the age that I am right now, and I can't even take this society. I can't even take living in this society.
There you go, man. So, you know, a lot of old heads are now seeing, you know, what young people are going through, you know, in the West. You know, things are a lot more harder, right, for young people than it was for old people back in the 90s, 80s, 70s. Now, even though young people have complained about, hey, things are tougher now, things ain't fair, throughout the years, they've been called lazy, they've been called ungrateful, they've been called, hey, work harder, it's just you. Now, this brother over here, okay, is now seeing, you know, the real deal. I know it's better late than never, you know, because now everyone's seeing just how dystopian the West is. And there's a reason why Passport Bros keeps growing in movement and keeps growing in stature. Okay? Because people are seeing that the West just ain't it. Let's carry on here.
Like, I'm not telling my business. Without telling my business, like, I'm working towards getting the hell up out of here. For real.
I told you. Passport bro, you see? You know, people are now seeing why we're passport bros. People are now seeing why a passport bro now exists. Now, I'm not saying that this guy's a passport bro, or or wants to be a passport bro, but he does mention again he wants to get out of there. Is it out of the country, out of the state? I don't know, but he wants to get out of whatever situation he is, and that's a story for a lot of men in 2024 nowadays. They want to get out of whatever situation they're in, because it's so terrible and it's so bad in the West, to the point where Gen X boomers are now seeing the deal. They're now seeing it, right? Let's carry on here.
Because it's like, man, I don't understand how you Gen Z people, how y'all are able to maneuver, and tolerate this way of life. Like when I was young in the 90s, man, we didn't go through all of this stuff, man. We didn't go through a pandemic where we had to sit in the house for a couple of years on out. We didn't have to go through, hyperinflation and experience, rent being $2,000-$3,000 a month for a one bedroom.
Yep. Now, the elders are seeing, what young people are going through. Now they're seeing it, bro. Everyone's feeling it, bro. But Gen Z people, they're going through it the most, because Gen Z, they're young. They've not seen the good times, right? Because the good times were in the 80s and 90s, where things were a lot more cheaper. Women were a lot more cooperative. There was no pandemic. Gen Z have not experienced that kind of life. Okay? They've not. Whereas Gen X boomers have experienced a time in the West or in America where things were a lot more simpler, right? Now things are hard. Post-pandemic, prices have gone up the roof. Food is expensive. Rent has gone crazy, bro. Rent has gone stupid crazy, right? And most people are being impacted by that. So those who had it good back in the day are thinking, yo, 90s, 80s was so good. 2024, why are things so terrible? And I give this man props, right, for speaking on that, because most older people, most elders, right, are too proud to talk about, their struggles. They're too proud to talk about, hey, I may have been wrong there. I'm sorry for saying you're lazy or you're ungrateful. You see how the world works. Let's carry on.
Like, I remember straight up when it was time for me to peel out of the house, like 18, I was ready to go,
How many 18-year-olds do you know nowadays can afford to leave their house and be an adult in the real world, have enough money to have their own rent, their own spot, etc., etc.? Hardly any, bro. Unless you come from a wealthy family that can bankroll you, but hardly any. Most 18-year-olds are in their parents' houses, bro. Or they're in college and they're still getting assistance from their parents. If you don't go to college, right, I guarantee you there's no way you're going to be able to live by yourself in this economy, bro. In this economy, it's impossible. And that's the point. But in the 80s and 90s, if you were 18, bruv, it was so easy to move out your parents' spot, get a part-time job, live good, you save for a property, get a car as well, live like a king. That's impossible in 2024. Let's carry on.
And I got my first apartment and I was able to handle it. Like during that time in the 90s, you could have a temp job. Temp jobs was paying pretty decent.
How many temp jobs are how many temp part-time jobs in 2024 can you have right now, have your own spot at 18 and get by decently? Zero. That's impossible, bro. A part-time job at 18, living by yourself, bro. No way. That's impossible. But back then it was definitely possible in the 80s and 90s. And that proves my point, bro. That proves my point. The West has fell off. Completely fell off, bro. It has done the complete 180. And now people are seeing it. Now the elders are seeing that. They're seeing what we're going through. They're seeing what young people are going through. There ain't no game out here, bro. It's hell.
You know, if they didn't hire you, full time after 90 days, then you will go back to the temporary service like manpower, and they will put you on another assignment for another 90 days or whatever, or 3 months.
Facts. There you go. 'Cause now you see how easy it was, right, to find a job back then in his time. He just said that even if you're a part-time temp job didn't go well, if you were fired or the contract's over, you go back to the recruitment agency, you get a job right away. Nowadays, it's hard for people to get jobs in general in the West. Nowadays, in 2024, it is hard for people to get jobs in general in the West. How many layoffs do you see right now happening in the US? There's quite a lot, right? There's quite a lot. And many people can't find jobs. Back then, it was so easy finding a job in the 90s and 80s. It was like you were basically in a video game, bro. You're basically in a video game. It was that easy, bro. You were playing life on easy mode. God damn.
And you can survive off of that. Just working a temp job. And
can you survive on a temp job in 2024 in America, in California, in Miami, in New York? Hell no. No. Impossible. A temp job? Can you survive on that in Toronto, in London, in Vancouver? Oh, man.
Like, really, if you had a car insurance and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like they had in this place I used to live in called Durham, North Carolina, they had Hicks Insurance. Hicks Insurance at the time, I was paying like $65 a month. For real, I'm not even lying. I think it was about $60 to $85 a month. Full coverage, that is. Not just liability. The price of gas, it was like $1.50 50 a gallon. Like, yo, this is my word. Gas was so cheap back in the 90s. This is my word. When I pulled up to the gas station, I always used to wonder, seriously, I'm not even lying. I'm not making this up. I used to wonder, why did they have numbers up on the sign? Like, what was that for? Because I never paid attention to how much it cost a gallon. Because it didn't matter. Like $5 would, if you had a Toyota.
There you go, brothers. There you go. The world has changed, right, from the 80s and 90s until now. So this guy telling his story, right, just shows you how easy it was back in the 80s and 90s. And that's why always push back on elders who tell you, hey, you're lazy, you ain't working hard enough. No. How about you recognize that prices have really increased in the last 20, 30 years? Whereas wages have stayed the same or increased very little. Whereas wages have not, been in line with inflation for the past several decades. How about you tell elders that the reason why it's so hard to find a girlfriend and a wife in the West because they've changed completely. You speak to an elder in the West, right, in America and the UK, and they always ask you, hey, why aren't you married? Where's a girlfriend? Blah, blah, blah. Tell them that, yo, we are in a different time where a lot of women are not wifey. They're 304s. They're too career orientated. They're too feminist. Yeah, they're easy back in the day. We have it hard right now, bro. We have it hard right now, bro. Bro, they were living the easy life in the 80s, 70s, and 90s. Ever since the 2008 financial crisis, things got bad. But ever since COVID, things got really, really bad. So me hearing this man's experiences, right, and how easy he had it back then compared to right now, proves my point. Get your passport. Become a passport bro. Because your pounds, your dollars go really far in Cambodia, in Colombia, in Japan, right? In Malaysia, in Africa, in Ghana, Kenya. Y'all gotta start having a global mindset here and recognize that Western countries are finished. The ones who are gonna make it out this rat race, who are going to have, who are going to be successful, are ones who are in crypto, stocks, being a passport bro, being an IT bro, and being in tech. And there's a reason why on my Patreon there's intel on stocks and crypto, and all my intel on Patreon. Look at the market. Things are running. Things are doing well. That was my research. Join the Patreon, bro. Right? Join the Patreon. Book your IT consultation with me. Join my Python course, because that's the only thing that's going to get you out of this matrix right now. We are in an economy whereas if you're not a professional of some sorts, you're not going to make it. What does that mean? If you're not a tech professional, IT professional, if you're not a lawyer or a doctor or a finance professional or a business professional, if you're not basically in a career, you are going to have a hard time in this economy, and things will not get better, bro. Prices won't drop. They'll stay the same for a bit. They'll go up again. You need to leverage your currency abroad. You need to have a global mindset. Have assets in the West, spend it abroad because it's cheaper abroad. Invest in the West. You always grow in the West, go abroad. That's the game right now, bros. That's the game. That's the game. So are you going to get your passports? Are you going to get out of this matrix? Are you going to book your IT consultation with me? Are you going to join the Patreon? Are you going to become a passport bro? Because this brother here has told y'all just how tough it is in the West, bro. You need to be smart. You need to have foresight. You need to know ways out of this system. I know ways out of this system, bro. IT, stocks, crypto, investing, right? Making the right moves, being patient, because things are going to get a lot more worse before it gets better, bro. Get your passports. Get out the West. Okay? It's that simple. Okay, so let's react to the next one. Okay, and before I do so, hold on. Let's react to this one over here. Okay.
America and 4 years ago, America and the rest of the world saw its most intense spike in unemployment in recorded history. In today's news cycle, that is ancient history. But what isn't ignored is what has been left behind. There are now over 10 million people, mostly men in America, who are not working, not studying, not retired, and not institutionalized.
That's a lot of men are not in the workforce. Oh, what's going on there? Damn.
They are just doing nothing. COVID accelerated this trend, but it's been going on for decades. Since the 1960s, about 0.1% of American men have given up on work to never come back every single month. So why are so many people giving up so consistently? And more importantly, how are these people surviving without a job in this economy?
In October, Mississippi's labor force participation rate was nearly 54%, while the national rate was over 62%.
How many jobs on these two websites?
It's been over 1,000 combined.
They're not working and they're not looking for a job, and those are the folks who we have to get into the labor market.
Why aren't...
Damn. So a lot of men, like 10 million men, are not in work. in the West or in America specifically. What is going on there? Okay. A lot of men, right? And I think there's numerous reasons for this, right? Number one, we need to look more into how the workforce operates. Okay. Number one, the workforce is too female centric, right? Women are all HR managers, women pushing out female thinking and female stuff all over the place, right? Essentially, women are running the corporate world and making it very feminized, right? And I guarantee you there's a lot of animosity from women towards men. I've seen it personally, okay? Our men are sick and tired of that, bro. They're sick and tired of how feminized the workplaces are, right? And a lot of men are choosing peace of mind over accepting the BS or just taking it, bro. Life is too short. Life is too short to be dealing with all the drama or the BS that comes with working with mass women in the workplace. Okay? Number two, ever since 2020, right? Like I mentioned, in 2020, during the pandemic, people had a good look at themselves, right? That's where time stopped and it froze. And men thought to themselves, what do I want out of this life? Right? What makes me happy? What makes me happy, bro? Do I want to travel around the world? Do I want to, have a business? Do I want to get out of this corporate rat race? Well, guess what? The only way for me to achieve that is to quit my job and chase my dreams. 2020 was a very pivotal time for a lot of people. It's where people slowed down and told themselves, I've only got one life. What do I want from this life? And the result of that has been, we've seen men quit the workplace to achieve their dreams. Let's carry on here.
Some Americans getting back to work. It's the $1 million question.
There are a lot of reasons why someone might not participate in the labor force. They might have retired, they might be still studying for qualifications, there might be people who are too sick to work, stay-at-home spouses, members of the military who are clearly working but don't officially count as part of the labor force, and then of course, there are just really rich people who don't need to work to maintain their lifestyle. These groups have always existed, but there is a new group growing alongside them, which are people who have just given up. The fastest growing group of these labor force dropouts have been men between the ages of 25 and 55.
Do you know what, right? Before we watch the video any further, right? This reminds me of what's going on in Japan, right? So what does that mean? So in Japan, right? Okay, there is a huge, it's a phenomenon called hikikomori, okay? And these are people that, don't work, right? Or, or are not in employment, etc., etc. And it's quite a big thing in Japan. So it just appears to me that what happens in Asia, right, seems to always trickle down to what happens in the West. Okay? Right? And, I think it's interesting that 10 million men have checked out. If you hear the Japanese stories as to why they don't work anymore, it's because work is too hard. They want to watch anime all day. They're tired, etc., etc. Could that be the same reason why a lot of American men have stopped working? Let's check it out.
Men in this age range would typically be in the prime of their careers, but more and more of them are not working at all. Now, some of this can simply be explained by the fact that more women have entered the workforce. In fact, up until 2008, women were entering the workforce almost as quickly as men were leaving it. Some men just took on domestic roles as stay-at-home husbands while their wives or partners focus on their careers instead. According to Pew Research, young women are now earning significantly more than young men in most major cities in America.
But apparently there's a gender pay gap. Apparently there's a gender pay gap. I'm just hearing here that young men earn more than young women earn more than young men. And that's what I'm saying here, right? Any woman that complains about patriarchy, about misogyny is an idiot. Okay? A lot of women have more privileges than men in America in 2024. At that point, if you're complaining, you're being greedy and you're being disingenuous here. Women have it extremely easy in the West. Okay? So we've not addressed, right, the change of societal, what's the word for it? Societal changes that's happened in the past 20, 30 years. There's been a lot of focus on women, upwards mobility, making them more money, making them making strides in corporate America and in the workplace. Cool. But what about men? Right? What about men? What about the men? Because in this growing world where women are working more now, as much as men, what's the role for men in 2024? And why haven't we addressed that? Why haven't we spoke about that? It's being done on purpose here. They want men out of work because men out of work are not lawyers, are not doctors, are not policymakers, are not politicians. Therefore, they can't have a say in how the country's run. Listen, right? In 10 years, actually, no, in 15 years' time, in 20 years' time, America is going to become a female-run country. Women are going to run America. Men are going to become completely powerless. Do you want your son to become powerless in his own country, being run by women, demeaning him, calling him trash, giving him high requirements for him to date them? No. America is becoming a female-run state. Kamala Harris may not win the election this time around, but I guarantee you they will get their first female president. Actually, they don't even need a female president anymore. Women are becoming a lot more lawyers nowadays, a lot more politicians nowadays. And guess what? They don't care about men. They don't like men. Let's carry on here.
Young women are also graduating college at higher rates than men, so it makes sense that a growing group of men are tossing aside typical gender roles and doing work that doesn't get counted as typical employment. If this were the whole story, there would be absolutely nothing wrong with this. But let's be honest. Having a stay-at-home parent, no matter what gender they are, is a luxury that most people simply cannot afford in the modern age, especially young people who are the fastest growing group of labor force dropouts. There is something more going on here.
Well, okay. Now, in my opinion here, right? Okay. I think 2020 was a pivotal time for a lot of men, right? Where again, time froze and they thought about, what do I really want from this life? Let me remind you all, right? No one lives forever. No one is young forever. Okay? People are back in the day, it was so common to wait until retirement, wait until you're 60, 70, right, to travel around the world. Why would you want to wait until you're that old, right, to travel around the world? I don't know. Where you can do it at 30, 35, 40, 25. And that may mean that you have to quit your job. Well, if you want to live life to its full potential, if you want to experience life while you're young, quitting your job may be the best thing to do to actually experience life. You know? People are tired of, working so much, right, and getting hardly anything in return. Not getting enough benefits, being around toxic women in the workplace, or being around toxic people in general, either men or women in the workplace. Not having a peace of mind. At this point in time, for a lot of people, for a lot of men, having a peace of mind is more important than anything. I know that for me too. I need to have a peace of mind, bro. I need to have a peace of mind. And a lot of workplaces in America are toxic with the feminism, with the whole agenda being pushed, demeaning men, not promoting men, not appreciating men, right? Peace of mind. A peace of mind. So I say, let these young men do what they want to do, man. Right? Let them do what they want to do. We already know what America's turned into. And that's why I encourage men to get out of America, get out the West, get your passport, because the agenda, the powers that be, are setting up America to become a gynocracy where it's run by women and controlled by women. That's why women are in colleges more. They get paid more than men, right? They're becoming a lot more lawyers than men, etc., etc. This is the plan by the powers that be to make America a female-ran state. Get your passport and get out the rat race, okay? Awesome. Read from studio. Okay, so next one to react to. Present. Video file. Let's react to this one over here.
Question for y'all. When I'm walking, today I got a question for y'all. Does your life ever feel like one continuous loop?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. When I'm in the West, it feels like a goddamn loop. Waking up at the same time, going to the train, right? Being around horrible, non-feminine, masculine women who hate men, right? Being around toxic personalities. A goddamn loop, bro. You're speaking to my soul here.
Almost like a Groundhog Day kind of thing. Does it ever feel like your life is just the same old thing over and over and over, year after year after year?
Yes, 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 yes. I'm sure that's for a lot of men in the West, man. The same flipping thing, bro. You know, time is being wasted, time is going past, and you're doing the same thing, not experiencing life, not traveling, not getting your passport, not working towards a bigger goal. Through that all the time, bro.
From talking with quite a few people in real life and on the internet, I found that a lot of people answer this question with a yes. Life just seems like it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And then I have a follow-up question. I ask them, is this loop life making you happy?
No, it isn't, bro. It isn't. And I think that's for a lot of men too. This loop life of, you know, not being able to travel, being around toxic women who don't appreciate you, who hate your guts, being in this rat race. Nah, doesn't make you happy, bro. Doesn't make me happy.
And most of them say no. Very rarely does someone who says their life feels like a continuous loop, like an episode of Groundhog Day, very rarely does someone then say, yeah, but it makes me very happy. There are some people that it does, but most people say no, it doesn't. Which leads to a third question. If our lives have become monotonous, if it seems like the same things over and over again, but it's not making us happy, we're not enjoying it, why do we keep doing it year in and year out?
Facts, bro. You know, it came to a point where I said to myself, I just got to travel, right? I know what the problem is. I know the solution, right? Why am I still dealing with this BS? You know, why am I still dating these horrible UK women where I know that I was just in a foreign country the other week and the women there were the complete opposite back then, right? So why am I still dating UK women? So I know how to change that. And that's why I became a passport bro many, many years ago. And that question also falls to you, right? If you're currently in the loop, do you want to break it? Do you want to live life differently? Do you want to be out there? Bro, being out abroad, being in Spain and Germany, just chilling on the beach, right? And looking at the sun, laying on my back, remote working, right? chilling out, preparing for my Python classes, teaching brothers Python yesterday on Sunday. That was awesome, bro. Peace, tranquility, enjoying life. Break that loop. Absolutely, bro. We want to break it.
It's illogical. It makes no sense. Especially when, like, if you've been doing it the past 10 years and it hasn't made you happy the past 5 years, why would you continue to do it next year? You know? It's a lot.
Facts. Passport bro, passport bro, passport bro, passport bro. Again, everything always leads to becoming a passport bro. That's the solution. That's the only solution. IT, stocks, crypto, passport bro. Foreign woman. That's the solution.
Logical, it doesn't make any sense. And so that's something I spent a lot of time thinking about. And I realized the reason we do it is because that's what we've been taught.
Facts. You know, we've been too comfortable. We have been too comfortable in the West, the Matrix. You know, we've been taught that for a long time in school. Get good grades, try and get into a good company, get benefits, you know, and that's it. That's it, you know, and work until you're 65 or 60, retire and travel the world. I'm sick of that, bro. I want to travel now. I want to travel now. I want to experience the world now. I don't want to wait until I'm 65 to travel the world. Bro, I'll be too old for, you know, a dime, you know, 22-year-old, even though it's possible. But I think I'll be too old for that. You know, I don't think I have the energy to, you know, for certain activities, keeping it PG. So, you know, but we're taught to live one single type of life, and that's slave away for corporate corporations. Slave away for corporate corporations. Break that loop.
The reason we do it is because maybe not just like straight up. No one ever told us like, hey, you need to you need to set up a life that's super monotonous. The airplane going overhead. You need to set up a life that's super monotonous and just keep doing that for 50 years. No one says that. But the messaging we get, the programming we get, what we're taught from a very young age is that we need to do things that are stable. We need to do things that are steady. We need to like find a certain path in life and stay on it.
Facts. Pensions. Save for your pension, put money away for your pension, and just wait till you're 65. That's the messaging there. That's the programming, right? Just work. Your 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, right? Enjoy your weekends how you can. Book PTO leave when you can. Do that for the next 50 years, and you retire nicely at 65. Nah, bro, we're bucking that trend. You need to buck that trend. Get into IT, become a passport bro, invest in wise assets. That's why I got the Patreon, where I've got stocks and crypto intel for you brothers and travel intel, so you can break out the matrix, right? We're programmed to live and behave one particular type of way because the elites want that. Nah, bro.
That's why you're always taught like, hey, go to school, get a great job, stay there until you retire. That's why you're taught to like get married. You know, that's why you're taught to like get a house, get a mortgage.
Facts. You know, it's the underlying messaging, and we get that messaging in movies, in music. You know, even watching, you know, the news. Pension this, pension that. Of course, a pension is great, right? But what are ways around a pension, right? What can I do aside from invest my pension that will help me get out the matrix sooner? Well, I can invest in crypto. I can invest in stocks. I can become a passport bro. I can date foreign women. I can get into IT, right? Okay. I can do IP's Python course. I can do Theo's cloud course. All these things here will help me break out the matrix. Because brothers, the timeline is short, man. The timeline is short. You want to get in now. You want to get into IT now. You want to get into the right investments now before it's too late. Because the elites and the agenda are clamping down on brothers trying to get freedom, on men trying to get freedom. I'll keep it real with y'all. I'll keep it 100% with y'all, man. The elites don't want many people to be free. So buck that trend. IT and tech is the only way for brothers, man, for men to break out that loop. How many of y'all are tired of your 9 to 5? How many of y'all are tired of doing the same thing every day? Waking up at 6:30, at 7 a.m. Let me know. Let me know. If you're tired of that, let me know right now in the chat. How many of y'all are tired of that, bro? How many of y'all? You know? I know I was. I know I am. So what can I do to break myself out of that matrix? Well, I thank God I'm in IT, right? Okay, so what other avenues are there to help me break out the matrix? Research, being in touch with the right people. Research. Because it won't get better. A lot of people ain't gonna make it, bruv. So break yourself out that loop and try and find your way out this matrix. This channel has given you the solutions. Become a passport bro, get into IT, get into tech, invest, be patient. When the bull run happens for certain markets, cash out, invest that, rinse and repeat. Enjoy life. Find a good woman, that's it very well, wife her up, have kids, have a family, live life, man. That's how it should be. Okay. Awesome. Okay, maybe from studio. So last one to react to, video file. Let's react to this clip over here.
Breaking just moments ago, the numbers are in. The September jobs report is, well, really freaking good.
Yeah.
CNN's Julia Chatterley is with me now.
Wow. Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. So the expectations were around 140 to 150,000 jobs added net last month. Take a look at that blowout. 254,000 jobs added net. Also, the unemployment rate, we were expecting that to come in around 4.2%. That actually went down in the month to 4.1%. In terms of what's adding this, the food sector, we're perhaps going out and drinking more ahead of the presidential election. Who knows? That was certainly a contributor. Construction also added. Healthcare was a big gainer as well. Government jobs adding. It doesn't get better for the White House and for the Harris campaign than a jobs number like this, 1 month out from the presidential election. We'll see what next month brings. That could be a bit more complicated. Hurricane Helene, of course, the strikes for Boeing, that could complicate the numbers next month. But the Federal Reserve looking at this is going to be saying, wow, we gave you a 0.5 percentage point rate cut.
And you went nuts.
Think yourselves lucky. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you've just seen there that the US has added 250,000 jobs in September. Okay, that's quite a substantial amount right before the election, and that's kind of funny there. So they do a rate cuts a couple weeks ago, and now the jobs are up. That's kind of funny, right? Where the elections are around the corner. So this here obviously makes Kamala Harris look good. Okay, could Trump be in trouble here? I don't think so. Okay, now we've all seen through the facade. All right, Kamala and Biden have been in office for the past 4 years. They've had a lot of time to fix things. They've had a lot of time to address certain problems, right? And they're still giving out checks to, illegal immigrants, right? And not, prioritizing the needs of American people. People don't forget that. It doesn't matter how much jobs you add, right? In a particular quarter, right? People are very much concerned about their pensions, about inflation, about cost of living. You know, they're concerned about how there's many illegal immigrants and they're apparently getting free money, right? But to the elites, it's all about, hey, let's throw out something out there that makes us look good and try and get Kamala to win the election in November. People are a lot more awake now. Social media exposes a lot of things. Okay? Right? It exposes a lot of problems that are going on with many people. Many people aren't happy with how America is being run right now. And of course, the agenda will push out these little things. Hey, right before the election, Kamala added 250,000 jobs. Okay. But there's other problems that are still prevalent. There's still layoffs happening in America. There's still plenty of layoffs happening right now in America. So if we subtract the layoffs that happened, you know, in the past month so far compared to this, job creation rise, you know, could that be, right? Could that make that number look a lot more less? You got a peep game, bro. This is how they deceive you. Show me how many jobs were lost. Show me how many layoffs happened in the past month or the past quarter. And let's compare the two numbers together. They would never show that though. They'll just show you all the pretty graphs, all the pretty numbers to try and get you to vote for Kamala. Hey, Kamala added 250,000 jobs right before the election. Okay, cool. Can you show me how many jobs were lost in the same quarter too? And let's subtract that from the amount of jobs were created in September. Crickets. That's how they get y'all, bro. That's how they lie to y'all, bro. That's how they deceive y'all, bro. We're not stupid. Okay? America is doing terribly economically. That is a fact. Inflation is a problem. High cost of living is a problem. Doesn't matter how many jobs you create, if you don't have inflation under control, if you don't have the high cost of living under control, it is redundant and is null. For years, Democrats been lying to y'all. For years, Democrats been deceiving y'all. Okay? Biden's economy, Harris's economy right now is terrible. And it's affecting the economies all around the world. It's affecting the economies all around the world, bro. So they're saying that the jobs here were created this much because of the rate cuts. What happens when the rate cuts could potentially increase after the election in December? And then we have massive layoffs again because the way Biden and Harris have ran the economy is terrible. Start thinking more critically like that. Question things. Ask questions. That's how the agenda lies. That's how these politicians lie to you. That's how these mainstream platforms lie to you. Peek behind the curtains and see what's really going on. What's really going on? There could be a World War III. There could be a war happening in the Middle East very, very soon. How would that impact? Because guess what? This war is happening during Kamala and Harris's reign, you know, in the White House. So if that pops off in the next couple of days before the election, how could that impact jobs being created in September? If Israel bombs Iran's Iran's oil refineries, how would that affect jobs in the US? Obviously, things would go up, gas prices would go up, more expenses, right? More to work with. And that could affect Americans pretty badly. But they won't talk about that though. Peep game and peep behind the curtain. Now, the election is 1 month away and a lot is at stake. A lot is at stake. I believe that Harris is going to be an awful president. I think that America will be done for as a country if Harris runs it. I think men are in big trouble if Harris runs it. Okay, I think I think conservative values will be in big trouble if Harris becomes the leader of America. So you know what to do about this. You know who to vote for. You know the right person to vote for, to research about. Get out there next month and vote. Every one of y'all that is watching this video right now, go out there and vote. Make your vote count, please. Okay? Make your votes count. And don't believe what mainstream media tells you. Mainstream media is only here to feed a lie and a narrative. Do your own research. Trust your guts. Trust your intuition, and vote. Vote, 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 vote. Okay? Because guess what? The US economy ain't doing too good, but the powers that be won't let you know the truth. Okay? Go out there and vote. Awesome. Shout out to Shu Kung Fu IP. Just got my DTV visa to stay in Thailand for 5 years as digital nomad. Happy to talk about it on your stream. That's awesome, bro. But can you send me a DM on IG? That would be perfect. If you can please send me a DM on Instagram, please, brother, and we'll set that stream up as soon as possible. How does that sound? Okay, so here's my IG, bro, in the chat. There you go. And let's have that stream. Okay. Before I react to the last, do I have any more things to react to? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. No, I don't. Okay. Before I react to before I open up the phone lines, right? Please go and follow me on Kick and Twitch, because I will be doing exclusive streams on those platforms. So create a Kick account, create a Twitch account, and follow me on those platforms. The Germany live streams, the Spain live streams will be exclusively on Twitch and Kick. Twitch and Kick. Okay, so you need to go and follow me on those platforms. Create an account. Okay, I'll be streaming exclusively on Twitch and Kick. Go and follow me on there. Okay, awesome. Kick and Twitch, please follow me on there. Okay, Twitch and Kick. Now let me open up the phone lines. If you want to speak about the Black Church or what I reacted to, please feel free to call in. Thank you very much. Let's go. Call in, replace pin message. Awesome. All right, call in if you want some. I'm gonna hang out here for a bit. Call in. Call in, I'm here. Call in, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Phone lines are open. Call in if you want to. I'm here. Twitch, kick exclusives coming, live streams. Who's here? Press the one in the chat if you're here. What country you're listening from? What city? Follow me on Kick. Follow me on Twitch. Let's get it. Let's get it. Make sure you join the Discord, the public Discord. Make sure you join the Reddit page as well. Again, I'm building a community for you brothers. Be a part of it. Speak to us. Get in touch with us. Book your IT consultations. Join the Patreon. I'm out here for y'all, man. I'm out here for y'all, man. You know, Python course coming very soon too. You know, we're putting in work for you, man. A lot of work. Let's get it. There you go, man. Look at that. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. So we have over 40 people watching. Why y'all so shy, man? Type something in the chat. Are you guys real? Or are you guys a bunch of bots? Are you guys real? Type something, bruv. Who's here? You know? Let me know if you're real. We got over 50 people watching. Are you guys real or am I talking to a bunch of bots? Type something, bro. What city, what country you're listening from? If you can't call, type in what city or what country you're listening from, bro. Type in, man. Let me know. You know? Be good. Let me know y'all real, man. Let's get it. Awesome, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. Who's here, bruv? Let me know who's here, man. Damn. That's it. Keep typing, man. You know, we out here, IT bros, passport bros, a whole 9 yards, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, man. You know? It ain't no game out here, brothers, man. It ain't no game out here. You know? It's real. It's real. Just like you. Just like you. Who's here, man? Call in. Or you guys can talk in the chat if you want to. It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna be here for another 5-10 minutes, chilling. Never met a dude this good. This got this good. What more can I say? I did it all for you. What more can I say? Where's my phone number? Bro, the link is pinned on the live stream chat, bro. It says call in. There's no phone number, man. It's pinned. Again, follow me on Kick. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Kick. Follow me on Twitch. Please, okay? Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Kick. Right? Twitch. Kick. Let's get it. You're gonna know Germany live stream exclusives only on Twitch and Kick, and there'll be some exclusive Twitch and Kick streams only for those platforms coming very soon. Okay, let's get it. Yeah. Hey, hit the PayPal too. Send me some donations, man. Support what I do. Support the movement. I'm doing a lot of things for brothers, man. A lot of things, man. A lot of things, bruv. And to send me a DM on IG, bro. Can we do a Netherlands stream? You know, how are the women treating brothers out there in Netherlands? You know, reach out to me, bro. on IG. Oh, fucking hell, man. Back on the roll. Yo, shout out to the first super chat tonight from Rain. Vancouver, Canada, please. All right, bro. I'll work on that. I'll work on that, bro. I got you. I got you. I got you, bro. Babatunde Aluye in the building. What's up, bro? Brother, where you traveling to next? Japan? All right, thank you, Ansu. Ansu, send me a DM on IG, and also Ansu, follow me on Twitch and Kick. Do I have Streamlabs? No, I don't. Is that good? What is that? Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you, Ozzy. Those are your best streams. All of them go to. Thank you, bro. Vancouver. Yo, I was supposed to go there this year, but it didn't work out. And I ain't finna go during winter, you know. All right, 5 more minutes. I'm gonna end the stream. 5 more minutes. They're not like us. 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 Bro, the link is pinned in the live stream chat on Nasi. Yeah, Nasi, I see you, bro. You hear me? Hello. Shout out to Tekino for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. Let me bring in a Nasi in the background. Okay, hold on. Let me bring in, bro. What's going on, Nasi? How you doing, bro?
Hey, do you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So
Awesome, bro.
first off, I
Go on,
want to
bro.
thank you for making this channel, man. I've been binge watching your stuff for a few months now, and it's been so useful. So thanks for that.
Thank you, bro. Much appreciated for the support, brother.
So what I wanted to do, I don't want to take too much time, but I wanted you to do a quick search on YouTube. Type in, what's her name? Paulina Poroskova, Letterman, 1986. Just so you can see what feminine women used to look like.
Paulina
Poroskova, Porizkova. Then type in Letterman.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And then 1986.
The interview.
Yeah. Now check that out and show your stream it too.
Yeah, I see it, bro. I can't show. I think it's Letterman, so I'm not sure about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I see. Yeah, that's yeah. The clear difference.
Yeah, listen to her too, man. It's like that's what I'm looking for in the Czech Republic.
Damn, you find that there? You find that there, bro?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, awesome, Nasi. I need to drop off, bro. Okay.
All right,
but
no problem.
Thanks for calling in, brother, and speaking on that. Okay.
All right, yeah, you take care.
Peace out, bro. All right, brothers. Thank you for watching. Been a very interesting stream. Shout out to all the supporters. Thank you very much. Let me just see here. yeah, thank you, man. Hit me up on Instagram if you want me to bring you on for an interview. And yeah, keep your head up, keep safe, and I'll see you all on the next video. Okay, peace.